Previously on Brutal. So let's touch on symptoms of a leaking head gasket, what I was experiencing with the Retro Fox. One of those is going to be obviously bubbling out of the radiator. You can see here how there's a consistent bubble. So that's one sign. On my car, the driver's side exhaust was almost ice cold out at my tailpipe. Check for excessive condensation out of your exhaust. Also, obviously check for water in your oil or oil in your water, but that's not always the case. My car had no water in the oil and no oil in the water. The most obvious thing is to keep check on your temperature. Make sure your car's not running hot. If it is, you could be experiencing some of these issues. So just kind of go through the motions, check everything out before you jump to conclusions, because sometimes it's not a head gasket. It could be an intake or something else. So the car now has 9333 gaskets with copper sealant sprayed on them and a set of ARP head studs. So hopefully that helps somebody out. With that being said though, let's go ahead and get to today's video. It's time to see if the Retro Fox runs any better that it's not sucking and blowing water. It obviously had a blown head gasket or a seeping water jacket, which it's essentially it's a blown head gasket. But so let's go over the car real quick. It's the stock bottom end, unknown mileage car. It now has head studs, SVE 170cc heads, 9333 gaskets, the old Hartman intake, which is nothing more than an upper. The lower on this car is completely stock. It is a V3 SI Heritage on 11 pounds of boost. And that's it, guys, B-cam. This car has 60-pound injectors with a Moch quarter horse and has a stock T5 transmission, 373 gears, and exhaust. That's it. So oh yeah, she running smooth. Smooth, I tell you. little bit of rocker arm noise up here, but there's no way to roll into this car and make it hook and go. So you pretty much just gotta go ahead, stab first, pop second as quick as you can, and ride second gear out. It just is what it is. It's got drag radials on it, NO 555 R2s, but it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm pretty impressed. It definitely runs cleaner and it runs harder. So I'm gonna get out, go in the grocery store, then we'll go home and talk about this thing. Yeah, this thing's pretty much a grocery getter. Hell yeah. Of course, I forgot to video once I got back from my drive, so I want to talk about the car a little bit and what changed whenever we did the head gaskets. Obviously, the car runs cleaner. It's a smoother drive. It's hard to explain. Like under acceleration and cruising, you don't have the inconsistencies that I had before. And the funny thing is that I never really paid attention to the fact that it could have been the blown head gasket that was causing this. I just assumed it was some type of anomaly with the car and it would just act funny. But it's been like this pretty much ever since I put the supercharger on the car, so this head gasket's more than likely been gone for a while. So with that being said, here's what I want you to know. This car really punches above its weight class, in my opinion, for what's been done to it. Now, some could argue that this is a lot of stuff done, and I guess it is. Heads, cam, and supercharger. But it's a stock bottoming car with a stock lower intake and some really small SVE heads. It just runs good. This is a winning combination, in my opinion, for any of you guys that want something that's potent on the street, that'll blow the tires off and still probably take to the track and run good numbers. This is a really good setup. This car is so rowdy now. It was always rowdy, but now it's just like super clean. It pulls the red line. It just runs really good. So I never would have thought that this was the issue. It just goes to show that sometimes we have to take a step back and really evaluate and listen to our cars to see what's wrong with them, what they need. Because like I said, I just never would have thought this would have been the issue with the car. Like most people would have thought it was a mass airflow meter issue or an injector issue or maybe like a bad coil or something like that. But no, the whole time it was just a seeping head gasket. So it's funny, we talk about all the little things so often, but here's your proof. You can look at the smile on my face right here and tell that I'm super excited to have this car running this good again. It's always ran good, but it runs even better now. So here's a funny thing. I was going back watching the video of mine and Andrew's race when I raced the gray car and I was driving the red car, and you can actually see steam come out of the exhaust. I thought it was smoke, but I'm pretty sure that it was actually steam every time I would shift and hit the car. So we were probably really close to a head gasket letting completely go and possibly hydrolocking this car and busting a piston or something. So anyway, I'm super happy to have the Retro Fox running in tip-top shape once again. I hope you guys are as well, and at some point we're going to get my car out and Andrew's black and gray car out and run them. His car is probably faster than this car, but screw it, right? We'll get out, we'll have a little bit of fun. So I'll catch you guys in the next video, and as always, thanks for watching.